My name is Philipp Spiegel, and you may know me under my artist name, the artist formerly known as Philipp Spiegel. I just released my first book. It's called CL of Averna. It's this one here. It's a short novel, really short novel, about two guys climbing up a volcano. And it does not sound very spicy, but it's kind of spicy story. There's a lot of spice going on. And this story is placed in Sicily, in Italy, and I thought to celebrate the release of this book, I will create a cocktail that is related to this book in some way. So I came up with the Etna Sour, which is basically a play on the New York Sour, and the New York Sour is basically just a whiskey sour with red wine float on top. And I took the New York Sour recipe and just kind of changed it into this special drink, and I will just go through with you how to do it, so you can do it at your home while enjoying the book. So of course you will need certain ingredients. You will need a mixer, a strainer, you will need lemon, you will need ice cubes, you will need of course whiskey, red wine, you will need Averna, and you will need this stingy boy here. It's called in English a prickly pearl, somehow pear, a prickly pear, yes, that's the word. It's a fruit from Sicily and it's a fucking asshole. And of course you also need a lemon. You might notice, and you need sugar syrup, which I have here. You might have noticed that there is no egg. Usually the whiskey sour comes with an egg. I just feel like the float works better without the egg because there is not that white, so we'll just do it without the egg today. We will start with the shaker. We'll add ice, one full block of ice. You see I'm using big ice cubes. If you want to get into cocktail mixing, be sure that this is like an essential that you have big ice cubes because of reasons. Small ice cubes just don't work that well. I don't want to get into it, but it's essential. Then you will also take another block of ice and you will just make a mess. Exactly, like that. And then you will add first the whiskey. So usually whiskey sour recipes always ask for bourbon. That's because whiskey sour is an American invention, so of course they will use bourbon. I honestly am not a big fan of bourbon myself. I mean, there are good ones, but the good ones are relatively pricey. If you're on a budget, I would definitely recommend you Scotch or an Irish whiskey because they just have more punch and more flavor, which is really awesome. And yeah, so I have this one, but you can also use a Jameson or you can use whatever you like, whatever you have at home. If you want to go smoky, which a lot of whiskey sours have this smoky note, you can also use, for example, the Jameson Black Barrel. It's still on a budget, but it has this smokiness. It's really nice. So I'm gonna use CL because that's what I have here. I will put all the other measurements ounce and milliliters in the description below, but I'm going to use CL here, so I'm going to start with 6 CL of whiskey, plop, and 2. Of course, if you want to have it less alcohol, you can also use less, but I think 6 is a good middle ground. Then you will add a little bit of the Averna. Averna is from Sicily, so it kind of has to be there, and it really adds this nice herbal note that you will feel a bit later in your mouth. That's awesome. I'm just using 1 centiliter here because I don't want it too much because it overpowers really quickly. Then of course we have to cut the lemon. We're using 1 lemon. Just here. It's one lemon usually comes for around 2 CL. Usually on a whiskey sour you would use a little bit more. But since there is another fruit component, you don't want to have it too citrusy. Just press it out, throw it away. Awesome. And next we'll add the cactus thing. I would recommend you to wear gloves because those bastards are pretty spicy. Spiky, I mean. So I'm gonna cut it open quickly. Just cut it small so you can fit it into the juicer. Open it up. Put it there. There are like hearts, I don't know if it's seeds, but there are like these seed pods in it that are hard and chewy and you cannot drink them. But you don't have to worry about them because we will double strain the cocktail anyway, so they won't be there. Just keep on juicing. Put all the pulp out. And this thing just kind of gives it like this little bit of an exotic, fruity, fresh kind of taste, and that just really works well for the drink. Just pour it out, and that's all. So next thing I'm going to add is the sugar. You can buy sugar syrup, but why would you? I mean, why would you? You can make it at home in literally 5 minutes, no struggle at all. I always use brown sugar, 2 parts brown sugar, 1 part water. Most recipes you'll find on the internet will just say 1 part sugar, 1 part water, but then it just has a shelf life from like 3 months. And if you make 2 parts sugar and 1 part water, it will be good forever. So yeah, you can just make a big batch, put it in your fridge, it will never go bad. And it will always be great for a cocktail. So I'm using 2 CL here. The only thing you have to think about is when you're using the more thicker syrup is that you just use a little bit less than any recipe would call for, because of course it's like more intensive. And that's it. And then we're just going to shake that bad boy. Yeah, that should do it. Just take it off. Yeah, smells awesome. And now we just strain it. Oh, look at this color. Awesome. And now we're going to also put a red wine float on top, which looks harder to make than it actually is. So we're using here some Sicilian red wine, because Sicily is also known for its wine. I remember when we were there, one day we got really drunk and we bought awesome cheese, and we were looking like, oh, what is the cheapest, bestest wine we can buy in Sicily, and we went to some grocery stores and just bought one for €3. But it was really awesome. It was really good. So what you need for the red wine float is that you put this thing on top, and top of the bottle, and here you cannot see it in the video, it's too far away, but there is a little air hole. And you have to be sure to close that air hole. That will make the liquid come out a lot slower, and then you will just gently pour it over your spoon. Just let it slowly drip over your spoon. I really don't measure that, I just let it flow until it covers the whole top. You can't really have too much red wine, I would say. And that's how you create the fruit. And that's, my friend, is how you create what I call an awesome looking, really sexy Etna Sour. And let's go ahead and try and taste. Smells awesome. One thing for the wine, like usually New York sours call for like a dry wine, for like some Bordeaux or something. This Sicilian wine is that we have here, it's a bit more fruity, and the whole cocktail has a little bit of this fruitiness without being like, you know, way too fruity, but there is this fruity fresh note, and using a bit more of a fruitier wine just really made it pop, and it's great, and so we'll try that. Awesome. It's really good. Damn. Could be maybe a little bit sweeter. But it's really funny because it's like, it is earthy, because red wine is still always a bit earthy, and you can like feel the Averna with its earthiness, and yet you have this fruity punch afterwards, and it really like opens the whole drink up. It's really kind of nice. It's really kind of nice. I'm really happy I did that. I should strain it more. I just strained it once. I said I was going to double strain it, and then I didn't do it. So I will definitely double strain it, which just means take a normal small strain you have and just pour it also through, so you really catch all the pulp. And yeah, that's it. There is some extra thing I would like to add, because you know, when you think about a volcano, the story is about the volcano, you think about something hot, you think about something fiery, and if you really want to go the extra mile, you really want to get like immersive as fuck, here I have the bomb beyond insanity, the craziest fucking hottest hot sauce on the fucking planet. Oh, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. This is no fun at all. This is no fun to drink, but it really will elevate this cocktail to what it is, an explosion, and explosions have to be like hot and fiery, so we'll just add. Okay, I'll do this with a spoon. I think I don't want to kill myself today, so not today. So we'll just add, like, this is a very little drop, but this is all you need, I swear, like this is all you need. This is already too much, and I'll just stir it into the drink, which will ruin the float a bit, but that's alright. We already showed off. So yeah, now we have the pump. Oh, I can smell it already. Right away. Woo! Oh, careful around the eyes. Careful around the eyes. Yeah, now we have it. Mount Etna exploded. In my mouth. In my mouth. So thank you for watching. Again, this is my book, Flickers of Etna. Buy it. You can buy it online, you can buy it at my concerts. You can also write me a private message. I will also sign it and write some cute little sentence in it. If you make this drink at home, please show me your results. And that's all. Thanks for watching, and cheers.